Welcome back and welcome to Oz Products & Co. Today we're just going to have a quick talk over about how I breed my betta fish and so far where we're up to. So basically when I first started breeding betta fish, I didn't really know much about it at all. I watched a few YouTube videos to try and get some idea of what to do or how to do it. But to start with, I basically just have two 20-litre tanks, probably halfway filled. So to start with, I chose the male and female that I would prefer to breed together or give it a shot. Basically, the first time I tried to breed it, it was all just a learning curve. I kept them separated. I let them see each other every now and then, but I fattened them up a little bit by feeding them some bloodworms, just along with their regular food. And then at one point, I would just put her in a container or something so they can see each other, they can hang out a little bit, and then after a while I would take her back out and sort of just let the male do his thing. I cut out a little piece of bubble wrap just so I can chuck it on the surface of the water for the male. Gives him a bit of a place to build his bubble nest and feel a little bit more comfortable. And once he's built his nest, I would place the female back in and see how they get along together, see if there's no aggression or anything like that. Probably a few hours together, see what happens, and then I would take them out and separate them for the night. And then the next day, I would put them back in together all day, basically, and then just wait to see what happens. And it's not always going to work on the first time. First 2 times that she laid eggs, the male just ate them and the female just ate them as well. Basically the second time, they had a little bit more of an idea. So he would start putting them up in the nest and whatnot. Most of it is just experience to start with. Now the less you can stress them out, the better, of course. They probably take about 3 hours, up to 5 hours maybe, depending on the fish and depending on the situation, until they've finished spawning all the eggs and doing what they need to do. And once she's done that, she'll basically leave the nest area, float around, go and hide and rest, and then you can sort of figure out that they're finished spawning. And then you take her out, put her back in her own tank, and basically let the male look after the babies. He will just stick around, and if any of the eggs fall out of the bubble nest, he will go around and try and pick them up and put them back in there, because they would slowly, over a couple days, they would slowly drop and fall onto the ground, but he goes around and picks them up, puts them back in the nest just to keep them up there. A day or two later, you'll start noticing these tiny little tails hanging from the surface of the bubble area, and they're all basically just living off their yolk sacs at that point, because as they grow, they just basically feed off their yolk sacs until they are free swimming fry. And then once they are free swimming, you take the male out or separate the fry very delicately. Definitely prefer to take the male out because you don't want to be moving the fry around too much and disturbing them too much. That's when you start hatching some brine shrimp, baby brine shrimp eggs. You would get that prepared the day before, so within 24 hours, 30-something hours, you would have a bunch of baby brine shrimp to feed these free swimming fry. So at this point, it's basically just about keeping consistent with feeding the fry freshly hatched baby brine shrimp. I usually do it on a daily at this point, as soon as I've finished rinsing out the other container from the old brine shrimp, clean it out, add some new, and yeah, just do that daily. All these fry are about 3 or so weeks old at the moment. Definitely got over 100 there. I can't count them all, it's very hard to count them all, especially while they're this small. It's going to be great to see these little fry grow up and see all the different kinds of colours they have, and they've already got multiple different colors, or a lot. Some are a lot more iridescent than others, and just a real metallic type look on them, which looks pretty awesome as well. And that's about as far as we are at the moment. About 3 to 4 weeks old fry. There's definitely a lot that I forgot to say in this video, and my way is probably a little bit different to others, but so far it's successful. I'm always happy to hear some comments about what I could do better, what I could be doing differently, as well as if this is interesting for you. Let me know definitely down in the comments below. If you made it this far, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and stick around, subscribe, there's plenty more to come. I'll definitely do more videos on updating on how these fry grow. I'll see you next time.